that every NFL owner could go fuck themselves, including Jerry Jones? Anyways, everybody, welcome to I don't even know what episode number this is. It doesn't really matter.
We're still podcast.
It doesn't really matter.
It's Friday the 30th, the last day of November. God damn, this year was going
fast, dude. I'm telling you.
That sucks.
Thank everybody who's been listening. If you have been listening consistent, because
the whole five episodes, I think it is.
I think we had a slow start and stuff because I think people need to get to know us and stuff. But I think I appreciate anybody who's been listening and stuff, because I think it might have started off slow and stuff, but I think it's only gonna get better.
How many people do you have? I know this sounds, I guess, weird ass, but do you have a number of?
Dude, one person is more than I thought.
I know, but I know there's more than one.
Okay, so
I know all you one fan.
To that one dude, we love you.
Hey, did you send it to Sergio? Because he said he wanted it.
I don't think I have yet. No,
I
honestly, because of the whole format thing that we're talking about maybe editing and doing all that. We haven't really edited. We just kind of put raw material out there, which is all great. To us, we're gonna have a certain bias about it because it is. I mean, it's we know each other. It's us. But I'm trying to listen to it with the
fan part.
Yeah, with the general ear.
The listener.
How would you say? What's the term?
The general listener.
Yeah, like without bias.
Yeah.
As an outsider. There you go.
Absolutely.
As an outsider.
Well, we got 7 followers on YouTube. The YouTube channel.
Yay!
7 more than I thought.
Those are 6 that I
made.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you to the other 3.
Hold up. And then there's another friend of ours, David. That I don't think he has a YouTube, but I sent him the link as in a text.
I know Mike and Will have listened to it.
Shout out.
Nice. I mean,
hey, and we take any suggestions. I mean, I'm trying to get to a format where it just goes like boom. Trying to keep it as flowing as much as possible to not have any dead air and just keep it interesting. Now, at the end of the day, all I want to do is keep it interesting. But everybody, welcome to this episode of this podcast. Chris, Salo, Lalo, and myself, Juan. How you guys doing?
I just wanted to put dead air. Sorry.
You dick. I was just about to say, well, we're going to edit that part out as this stupid ass looks at his microphone like it just landed on Earth.
Hey, I should have straight out uppercutted.
Yeah, dude, that would have been great. Be like, all you hear is it's like, keep that part in.
And you guys hear that?
You edit it, you get one too. This motherfucker.
No, but I was actually looking forward to this too, because I don't know if you guys have a topic or anything. You guys have a topic?
Well, first of all, let's just say we haven't recorded anything in about almost 3 weeks.
Man, it's been about 3 weeks or more.
Gee, I wonder whose fault that is.
Well,
it's actually my fault.
Don't look
That's
at me.
what I said. That's how I was
You looked at me when you
No,
said
I did not look at you.
Hey, you know what? I'm just going to instigate this and say, hey, he was talking to you, dude. I don't know what you should do about that, dude.
Well, one week was his fault.
Hey, you should. It was absolutely. I think it was the most important week, if you ask me.
He said something stupid like he had to work or some shit. How retarded is
who
that?
the fuck works nowadays?
Yeah.
If your work is interfering with this Chris, then you're not serious.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. Step out.
You gotta start a Kickstarter, man.
I don't ever want to hear that excuse ever again.
I had to look for patience. I had to look after patience.
The other reason is because our friend here, Juan, actually left the country, lucky motherfucker.
Right after he started a bunch of fires.
He started the fire and
Dude,
left the country.
we'll get back to that.
We were hoping this motherfucker died out there.
I
honestly.
actually did you all a favor and left the country for my birthday, so you're welcome. Okay, I fucking actually, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Like I was thinking about this the whole time I was over there in Europe. There's so much that I could fill this whole hour, or whatever time we got with all the stuff that, because I went to, I recently had a trip with my girlfriend and we went to Paris, we went to Amsterdam, we went to Cologne, Germany. Nice. And Rome, then back to Paris. And let me tell you, every moment of that trip was just, I'm just thinking about and learning so much. I'm sitting there people watching, and I'm sitting there just.
You're going to the old world, dude.
Man, dude, and I just wanted to kind of, dude. I don't know what it was. I just can't turn off my brain in the fact that I like to people watching stuff. Whether you're from this part of town, whether you're from another state here in the United States. I've been to different states here, and dude, there are worlds apart. Here,
absolutely.
But over there, it's like another planet. Like, there are some similarities, but I just like to watch the whole aspect of how people are with each other, and the little things and stuff. I mean, we were lucky enough to go Airbnb through the 4 countries that we've been to and stuff that we went to, and we were able to kind of live like. We were living like in apartments.
Yeah, it wasn't like a hotel room. It was like
no hotel rooms.
Was it a room just for you guys?
Yeah, actually, every place we stayed was an apartment. And even the one in Amsterdam was like a shared kind of. It was like a condo, but it had like a 3rd floor, and we stayed at the very top floor. And the lady was in the house, but I mean, we were kind of our own thing up there. And the thing is that we'd spend a few days here and a few days there, so we were trying to get out and about, so we'd kind of just go to our room to like sleep. You know what I mean? And it was all good and stuff, but at the same time, we're not staying like at a big ass hotel. We had
it cheaper?
Yes, it was actually cheaper, and we tried to stay a train ride away from stuff we wanted to see.
Well, but everything's a train ride away over there because they got the bullet train over there.
Yeah, but you kind of want to say if you were here, it'd be like staying downtown, like
close to downtown. Sense, right? But what I'm saying is they have that bullet train down there, right?
Yeah. Well,
and so you can go from
Italy
to
I'll give you like an example, like the first day, the very first day we stayed
crossing the water.
We stayed in Paris. We could see the Eiffel Tower from our room, which is fucking badass.
Awesome.
I mean, dude,
was it lit up at night?
Yes, every half an hour it lights up, and it's funny because I mean, it was a cool little apartment. I mean, let me tell you something about Europe.
I want to hear this.
Stupid. Let me tell you something about Europe.
They save some motherfucking space. One of the fucking things that hit me the most was like, dude, here in the States,
cluttered.
we like our space. They got
their
shit
is stacked on top of each other.
It's really tight. Yeah. Like apartment is really fucking tight out there, dude.
Like everywhere in San Francisco.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like,
I'm sure rooms in San Francisco. Good.
I'm sure there are spots.
If it's worse than that,
dude.
And that's just hold on. That's
I thought about you, motherfucker. I thought about you because
that's just me being ignorant because I've never really left. I mean, I've gone to Mexico, but you know what I mean. But I hear this and I've seen this shit on YouTube or whatever on TV. But I know where you were going with that. I absolutely understand because I think about it. I'm like, where's my big ass gonna sleep,
bro? But it's like
these bathrooms. I seen some of these bathrooms. Good fucking God!
Believe me, I
look at him. I'm like,
I thought of your.
I'm a shit with the door open and everybody's gonna look at it. Everybody's gonna smell. That's ridiculous.
I thought of your big gorilla ass, and I thought, dude, no way, Salo would fucking no way, dude, bro.
I'm gonna pay the extra $100 and stay at the hotel.
When we went to,
you know what I'm saying?
It was funny because we stayed at a little ass apartment, so the one was looking at Eiffel Tower, and dude, in the kitchen, I mean, it was like a studio apartment, right? So you walk in, you go to the right, and there's like the bedroom area, and there's like the windows right there. And then you go a little bit to the left, and there's the tiniest little itty bitty kitchen you've ever fucking seen in your life, dude. The fucking the fridge itself must have been 3 feet, and that was like a full size fridge, dude. They had the washing machine there that I swear could fit one of your shirts, maybe.
That's a big.
This is France.
This is a big maybe.
Oh, dude, yeah, and then fucking dude, in Italy, it was a lot older, right?
It's the old world. So, that's what I'm saying.
So the lady that rented us out her apartment, I guess she met this guy and she moved into his place, so she rents her place out for Airbnbs, which is cool because we were 5 minutes walking from the Coliseum. But that fucking bathroom, that shit was fucking funny. I got pictures, dude. I was like, dude, this fucking bathroom must have been like
a hole in the wall.
You see this corner right here to here.
That's a bathroom?
That was the shower. The shower.
What?
The shower, yeah.
I don't fit there.
Exactly.
Oh, come
dude,
on.
Hey, I told Stacey about one more fucking beer and I ain't going in this motherfucker.
Yeah, straight
no
out.
more, dude. Hey, dude, I'd be in there and the tray was like this fucking big for like all your shampoo and everything. I was like, if you drop it, it's fucking gone.
By the way,
I guess I ain't washing my hair anymore.
Man, he looked like.
By the way, Juan just described a phone booth. That's all I know.
Not even. Dude, a phone booth is bigger.
Okay, yeah. Picture, yes. That's actually really close. And then picture the shower head.
In your face.
And the shower head there. And everything you would need to shower. You know what I mean? So you're just like, what the fuck, but we'll get back to that. I mean,
ridiculous.
What about the history? I mean, it's steeped everywhere. Like,
the
it could
history?
be modern stacked on top of modern, but then like you
Did
turn
you
a
go
corner.
to the? You went to Rome, right?
One quick story.
Wait, you went to Rome, right?
Yeah.
Did you go to the
Colosseum?
The Colosseum.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm into because again, and not to interrupt your story, but like I said, the old world. This is stuff I've only seen on TV.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Not even in school on TV.
Like straight up. No, even in school when I saw it on books, that's a picture. That
It's
don't
just
look
abstraction.
But
So separate.
when I've seen it on TV, it's just like
you know.
I don't know if I'll ever be there.
I think we throw the word,
Maybe.
I think we throw the word unbelievable around a lot, and it kind of loses the power of what unbelievable is because the stuff that I saw on this trip, the stuff that was constructed by people thousands,
Right.
hundreds of years ago,
Right.
whatever, thousands of years ago, was absolutely mind blowing. It's like you made this without heavy machinery, without any. I mean, just manpower.
Literally,
So that tells you who was really smart. Are we smarter than they were, or are they smarter than us?
Hey, we're regressing.
Not just that.
I came to report to say we're regressing.
Not just that. That's the Romans and the Greek. But think about even before that, the Mayans, like people from America, who actually built bigger stuff than the Romans.
It's ridiculous. That's what it tells me. That's what I'm thinking. Dude, stupid as a society.
We need power tools to do anything nowadays. And those people, there's nothing but a hammer and a chisel. And
bro,
some rope.
Well, not to deviate too far away from that, but I mean, isn't society always based on the backs of the slave population?
Well,
now you can change the title of slave
shit.
to whatever. So, if we're the working
if you
class
look at
slave
any
class,
society, every society has had some sort.
But
of
the point is,
slavery.
who was smart enough to be able
we're not talking about
to
what
design
we're
all
saying
this
is
stuff.
like what I'm saying is like he said even
the
just on the Colosseum,
the
Colosseum, they didn't do
but
that with machinery.
Did you know that these fools, the Colosseum? Obviously, they had gladiator battles and all that stuff, right? But they had sophisticated aqueducts that could fill the Colosseum floor in minutes to have naval battles, and then drain it. And then
they had a sewer system. They were the first society.
Recently,
It
was
Circus du Soleil from back then.
I think it was like because I YouTubed this the night before we took the Colosseum tour and stuff, and it was like they scientists back like literally recently, like somewhere in like 2012, somewhere like recently have like are uncovering some of these like ducts that they would have, dude, to fill in minutes, like a whole naval battle. To have in front of an audience and then just drain it and it's like on to the next show. It's like I'm amazed that we can fucking put a fucking NHL rink and the next night it's an NBA game and the next night it's a concert.
It's this much of water. I don't know. I mean, I've never been personally to Coliseum, but it's not that small.
Oh, dude.
So it's like to fill up that much water.
It's fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Hey, a quick story, dude. It's funny. So we leave. We're first day there, Paris, right? We're like, okay, my girl knows how to get around Paris. She's been there a few times, so she knows the gist of stuff. I could like, hey, what are they saying? And she'd be like, I think they're saying this, and that, and we can get around and stuff. And she's been through the metros and everything and stuff, right? So we take a bus that's from the airport to the Eiffel Tower, and we're like, dude, we're walking distance from the Eiffel Tower. So okay, so let's go. So we buy a fucking ticket. It says the Eiffel Tower. The bus comes in. It says the Eiffel Tower, right? So we're getting this bus and everything and stuff. And I'm sitting there just soaking it all in. It's our fucking first night there and stuff. And then we get there. Oh, well, we don't even get there. We get to the Arc de Triomphe, which is like an iconic, like, dude, on Veterans Day, they had like this big ceremony in there, which we weren't there for that day on that particular.
Arc?
The Arc of Triumph. It's the Arc of Triumph. And, I mean, epic. It's got this giant roundabout that people. There's no lanes. People just. It's just like, Hey, it's like a free for all in there and stuff. It's chaos, but it's funny because there was a few people on this bus, and this is one of those like tour buses and stuff, right? But it's a charter bus, I guess. So we tripped out and stuff because we stop in front of the Arc de Triomphe. We got some ways to go and stuff, right? And the bus driver's just like, shh. And we were like, okay, and he's like, we're done here. And we were like, are you gonna take us to the Eiffel Tower? No. This lady is like American, like we're sitting in our seat, like, what the fuck? We're looking at our ticket. Did we get on the wrong bus? The light thing inside the bus where the destination is like Eiffel Tower. We're like, our tickets is Eiffel Tower. Is like, she's like, are you gonna take us to the Eiffel Tower? No. And she's like, are you kidding me? No. Dude, and we're like, I'm like, this fool's fucking around. Like, we're gonna go eventually. You probably just made us stop. This fucker left us there.
Wow.
Left us there. It was like, no, you're up. I don't know if there was I don't know what the fuck happened.
So how far were you from there?
Man, we had to take the metro for another 2 or 3 stops. You know what I mean? But we paid we paid money to get on this fucking bus.
So what you're telling me is you got jacked.
Yeah, I guess.
Is there a general still not? People used to say everyone hates Americans out there. Like even especially now with the way politics is. Is there a sense of that?
I you know what?
Dislike for Americans.
We would tell people, and some people would be like, "Oh yeah, like cool," but we were in very touristy places.
Yeah.
There wasn't like too many people that were like, ugh. Like. Honestly, no. I actually got a lot of love because we went in Germany, but we're only there for a night. Oh, dude. So we go to Paris and stuff. The next day we go to Amsterdam, which is fucking awesome, right? I mean, people go from all over
Total
the fucking...
fist bump.
Oh, dude, you would love it.
I'm sure.
I mean, it's just...
Did you go to Red District?
We spent 2 nights... Yeah, we did. We spent 2 days there and stuff, and, I mean, Amsterdam... Nothing but bikes.
Yeah.
Bikes everywhere, dude. Like bicycles.
Did you go to those marijuana cafes or whatever?
Yeah, man. Apparently, it's a lot more lax.
You have to do that.
Yeah. Obviously, we went there, and apparently, it's a lot more lax. Before there would be designated areas that you could go. You could smoke.
Now, is it weed or is it weed with tobacco?
You have to ask for pure. If you just say you're gonna order something off the menu. They're gonna assume that you want spliff, which is tobacco, and
so
but if you say pure, yeah, they give it to you pure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And now before you could just smoke. Before I heard that you can only smoke in cafes, we asked the guy, we're like, if we buy this, we could just
walk around,
smoke out the street. Like he's like, yeah, dude, and it's like, I mean, you figure like you can do anything you want here. Yeah. You can fucking go to a bar, or you can go to obviously cafes over there are weed shops, and then coffee shops. Or coffee shops are the weed place, and the cafes are actual coffee shops. Anyways,
one or the other.
And dude, yeah, we got there on a
and everybody's just chill.
On a Friday night, so we got there prime fucking time, bro. Like we go there, and it's. I mean, I can't describe how fucking chill it is. Yeah. Everybody is there to have a good time. And you fucking sit there and you talk about how you think, damn, dude, with all this alcohol going around, all these drugs going on, there's fucking hella shit going on. We didn't see any of that. Everybody's just there to have a good time.
That's how it is. When you prohibit something, that's when you get people doing a lot of crazy stuff. Like, I mean... That's why you have a lot of underage drinking. And the moment those kids turn 21, they're like, It loses its
mystique or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly, we ran into this British couple that was visiting there, and we were at this, pub or whatever. And they start, they asked us where we're from, and I told them that we're from the States and stuff, and they were like, "So, have you been to Las Vegas?" I want to go to Las Vegas.
Bitch, please.
Exactly. I was like, "Why the fuck would you want to go to Las Vegas when you could do this and more here?" Yeah. Like, people in Vegas want to do the shit that you guys do here freely. Like, just whatever.
There's that whole thing. The grass is green on the other side.
Yeah, man.
So that's it.
So we went there, and I'm trying to like congest all this. Obviously, I got a but the next day. We go to Cologne, Germany, and we take a 2-hour train ride over there. And we're only there for a day because I've always wanted to go to Germany. We go there for a day, and we take this remember James Bond, 007? You remember that train level? When you go through the train, it looked just like that. Yeah. It looked just like this train. I mean, nice. It was nice. By the way, Amsterdam, one of the fucking nicest trains I've ever been on. They're like local metro trains.
Like they still take their train serious out there.
I mean, it was a brand new one, but dude,
still though, that's what I'm saying. Like they take their train service.
Germany had a nice fucking train too, like their metro and stuff. They got their trains on point over there. But check this out. So we get over to Cologne, Germany and stuff, right? And we're going from Amsterdam, mind you, which I'm like, this is Party City. Holy shit, you can do whatever you want here. There's pubs, there's fucking the restaurants, there's everything. Prostitutes, shit, like
I love it.
So we go, and the next day we get up early and we go to Cologne, Germany, and we get on this train, and it's a 2-hour train ride and stuff. And we're like, okay, we had to get up early for this and this and that. Once we're like the German countryside, and we're like, oh, this is. I'm like soaking in, like this is fucking cool as fuck. I never thought I'd see this, in person. And then the closer we get, like we fucking just start seeing people come in costumes. Now the thing is, in Cologne, Germany, there's. On November 11th, which is fucking Veterans Day over here, and everybody's remembering the end of the World War and everything and stuff. France had a big giant ceremony, cause dude, there was a moral there that the war ended in 1918, so it's like 100-year anniversary, so it was like a big deal and stuff, right? So Germany has what in this particular. I don't know if the whole country, but this particular city, they have a carnival that starts on November 11th at 11 a.m. And what this consists of is the whole town shuts down, dresses in funny costumes, and gets shit-faced. I'm talking like we're getting closer, and this guy that fucking looks like Drago from fucking Rocky 4. He's like in German military gear, but a costume. And like his belt, like his bullet, that would have been like
bandolier.
Full of shots, liquor,
Nice.
And they're just like all speaking German. And he gets in there with his boys, and his boys, they're all in costume. We see fucking girls come in, they're just like as fairies and stuff. We get
schnapps, right? It's all schnapps.
It's like the ones you find in Teskis. Teskis actually has one of those things.
Yeah. We get off this fucking train, and I don't know how to get around there and stuff. I've never been. My girl's never been. There's no English anywhere. We get off. Dude, loads and loads and the fucking train dropped us off in like center where this famous cathedral is, right? Right around this cathedral is like the heart of downtown, this Cologne. We get out and everybody and their mama is coming out of the train in costume, fucking just pounding them back, dude.
God damn, I need to be there.
Bro, I got pictures. Dude, it was funny. I told Ceci, I was like, I feel like I'm in a movie with background action, and you would see it, and you guys would see this movie, right? You guys would see this movie and go, "Oh, really? That's happening in the background." And it's like, but in seriously, it's like, it was happening. People falling on top of each other, fucking. So they have, I guess, in this particular, I don't know if it's a particular town or the whole country itself. Like they don't want that. They want to kind of shed that stigma of Nazism and this and that. So they're like, we're having fun. We're good fun people. We're good fun people and stuff, right? So, dude, I saw women with baby carriages and dressed up, and fucking old people dressed up, young people, bands in the street, just fucking like marching bands in the street, people with drum lines. Fucking the whole, I'm just like looking like, oh my god, we went from Party City to Party Planet. This looks like, and dude, this shit just started. This shit goes till Easter.
God damn.
Easter.
What the fuck,
dude? I'm talking, dude. We're sitting there. We met.
And these people, by the way, I'm sure they all work.
Yeah, dude, it was the funniest thing because we're there for the one night.
For like 2 days out of the week.
And mind you, this is a Monday, right? So the next day we only spent that day there. The next day we get on the fucking train to go to the airport. The train was packed to the brim. Not a single peep.
Everybody's
not a single.
In Germany, I'm sure people are a little bit worried about.
Yeah, it's rides. Like a root thing. Like you can't be loud. Like one of the things, like American, we're like fucking loud as fuck. But it's funny because so I told you how everybody's in costumes, right? And this is, even though they're all like, you would think it's like Halloween, there wasn't like horror costumes. They were all like funny costumes. They were all like well-humored costumes. And American is a costume.
Yeah.
Like people would dress up like full
Donald
American
Trump.
football uniforms. But it would have like a.
You know what? I've always thought about
it. It would
that.
have a generic team. It would be like, "Go Cats," you know, or something like shit like that. And I saw this one dude that had like a LeBron jersey, a New York Giants hat, and like a Chicago Cubs like shorts. And I'm American, and it's just like people.
That's awesome.
A lot. I saw a lot of particular, like a lot of FBI. A lot of CIA, a lot of ATF, like law enforcement kind of officials, but I'm like, but it said FBI. Like I was like,
is
that's
that
an American.
too far of a stretch? Because I mean, a lot of people wear those Bobby fucking police officer uniforms out here as a costume.
Yeah, but these guys were dressed like American law enforcement.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Well, Americans.
I was about to say Americans dress up as law enforcement here.
Yeah, so. I mean, yeah. And
we have Americans dressing up like Nazis here.
Mexican was a costume and stuff, which is actually fun because me and Ceci made it a game to go around everybody that was dressed up as Mexicans and take a selfie with them.
Nice.
Like they were just like your stereotypical banditos, fucking big,
of course,
fucking sombreros with little guitars and
That's
fucking
awesome.
las zarapes and everything. And we were just like, it's funny, like. We're like,
absolutely.
And it says, oh, you know, are we offended? I'm like, absolutely not. This shit is fucking hilarious to me.
Well,
dude.
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You know, because I like to think about politics. To you, what was the biggest difference? Not just about the food, like just overall, what is the biggest difference? I mean, I came to the U.S. when I was 10, and ever since then, in school, you know, the U.S. is the best country, the land of the free, and you know, we always try to branding ourselves as like we're the liberators, or we promote democracy around the world, like we're the shiny city on the hill, whatever they call it. Now that you've been over there, and I ask this to everybody that goes overseas, not just to Europe, but just anywhere else in the world.
Well, be more specific in terms of politics.
Well, like, what's the biggest difference? Like I said, how do you see?
But you can't really ask that.
Well, I mean,
because you're saying what's the biggest difference? He's describing many things in there. You can't just like.
But just
because right now he's describing
vibe. Like,
the vibe. I feel like other countries, because certain things tasted differently over there. They're probably a little bit more bland. I think here, in terms of politics, and this is kind of my observation and stuff. So it's like, I feel like here, if it makes more money, throw poison out to the fucking masses. You know, make this shit out of fucking garbage. As long as it sells more, we make more profit. You know, we're over there. It seems more like we might not make as much, but these products at least aren't like poison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've heard that about the food because it all comes from that.
It might taste a little bit more bland over there, but you know, it feels like you're kind of more taken care of as individuals out there. And I don't know if I'm wording that right, but I feel like, for example, you know, Coca-Cola. What do you make it out of here? Corn syrup, right? It's cheaper, but you make more money.
And in Mexico, they make it out of
sugar. Everywhere else, it's made of sugar. I mean, their soda over there tasted like soda from Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the Fanta over there looked like
import.
Looked like,
you know, the Fanta was originally Nazi Coca-Cola.
Originally what?
Was Nazi Coca-Cola, because during World War II, Coca-Cola wanted to keep making business with Germany, but they couldn't put it out in the public because Germany is our enemy. So Coca-Cola came out with Fanta, which it was Coca-Cola for Germany.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? It's not.
Well, over there. It's
I love Fanta.
It's like it seemed like carbonated orange juice. Like it didn't seem like a soda. Like you would see a Fanta soda here, and you're not gonna shake it. It looks like soda. You know, like
it's soda.
For that one, it looks like you might have to shake it.
Well, isn't that mostly all those sodas are just seltzer water with a flavoring?
You're supposed to.
In theory, but I mean, you're never gonna see anything settle at the bottom.
Well, do you ever buy a soda here and shake it when you buy it?
No. I'm saying like
no, but you never see anything settle. Kind of over there, it looked like cloudy.
No. What I'm saying is like maybe recipes or whatever. Because here again, corn syrup is huge.
Yeah, of course.
Everything is factory farmed. Mm-hmm. A lot of it because just the way that.
Hence why we said that in Mexico, it's the sugar cane. You know,
so
because it's like you said, different recipes.
What do they call it? Italian sodas. Italian sodas just. Seltzer water, no flavor, and then they add a syrup to it.
Yeah, I mean, stuff over there that you would taste, you would think as an American, it's a little bland. you know, but it doesn't seem like it's as harmful as it is here.
Not as much chemicals.
Not as much chemicals, not as preservatives and all that
not
stuff.
That much
there was, in terms of politics, I guess in France, they have like a lot of like Middle Eastern people that are like they're immigrants.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, I did kind of see like, one day we were going when we went to Amsterdam. We're on this train. It's 5:30 in the morning, and there's this group of kids, and they look kind of Middle Eastern. And one fool was drunk as fuck. Kid, he was like looked like he was like a early 20-year-old, and people on the train were kind of like, ugh, you know, kind of get a disgusted look, you know.
At the kids?
Yeah, I mean, but it was like, I mean, it was black French people, it was white French people, you know, and this and that. Right. Also, the other thing, no one sags over there. No one sags over there, and as Americans, we're loud. We're loud.
Well, it's the whole egoistic thing that we have in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I tell you, dude, packed. I mean, I was on packed trains. Not a peep. Like I was whispering.
Is that awkward though?
It is because like I'm sitting there telling Ceci.
That probably drive me crazy.
I'm like sitting there trying to tell Ceci something and stuff.
I'm not a headphone person, but I would have to have headphones for that.
And
that would drive me
a lot of people do. A lot of people do. But people would just
sense.
sit there on the train and just like get into the destination and stuff. I mean, it's their life and stuff, right? But I'm sitting there like whispering stuff to Ceci, which like I had no reason to. I mean,
have you ever been in a train in New York City?
Boston.
I haven't been to Boston, but
even then, I mean, you might have like, okay, when we go to like games in Oakland, you might have a packed fucking train, and you might have one or two people, or maybe a few groups that are like a little bit louder.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like over there, it seemed kind of like that was like, don't do that. Like,
I just feel that Europe, like Chris is saying, is the old country. Well, and Salo's saying like is the old country. I just feel like
world, man.
I feel that Europe is sort of like the mature person. You know, okay.
Well, because
the US,
being the old world, you know, we're still.
Relatively
speaking, we're still young.
Very young country.
Exactly.
200-something years.
It is.
We're like a teenager. We're arrogant. We think that everybody's wrong and we're right.
You know, and it's we're cocky. That's what it is. We're that team that thinks that we're the shit. And that's why these old countries, these old worlds, they look at us and like,
there's still a lot of American culture that's like, I mean, you see the advertisements and stuff, and you see things like for example, like when we went to Champs-Élysées.
Europe season says, poor little buggers.
Champs-Élysées, it's in France. It's like their Rodeo Drive. It's like one of the most expensive places to shop on the planet. They got like Gucci and
well, fortunately, when it comes to commercialism,
but their advertisement was very. You got like American rappers that were like the faces of it, you know, like shit like that. One thing that I'll say too and stuff, right? It's kind of like a little bit off of this particular subject, but one thing that I noticed, and I thought I was tripping out on this. That here, right? Like. In the States, we like our space, right? Or we're very like, don't touch me, right? Like if I were to, or if, for example, Chris, you're sitting, people can't see this and stuff, but I'm sitting closer to the door. If you were to be like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom, you're gonna come this way, and you're gonna go, excuse me, you know, I'm gonna naturally, what we're used to, I'm gonna get out of your way, you know. I felt like in Europe, and this is probably my experience, and believe me, I found this to be like, I noticed this in the countries that we were at. It's like, if you were to say, excuse me, I'm like, okay, I acknowledge you're going to come this way.
But I'm not
and maybe, I'm not going to move though. It'll be to the point where you could be awkwardly climbing over my knee right now, and I'll just be like,
oh, that must suck at theaters, dude. I gotta go pee. Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, bro. When we were in Germany, I mean, loads of people were coming out, right? And I had, of the trains and stuff, right? So we're on the platform to get into the train, and people are coming out. So you're like, okay, I gotta make way for this fucking fool or this whatever. It's not. This lady hit me in the back of my ankles with her baby stroller.
Fuck out the way, John!
seriously, and it wasn't like, oh,
Made the
excuse
baby
me.
cry.
It wasn't like a
fuck out the way, giant. Shit.
It wasn't like one of those things that you kind of could mistake, like, oh shit.
She did that on purpose.
She was like, she hit me like a few times, like, bam,
Get
and
out
then
of the way.
bam, and then bam. It's like,
move, motherfucker.
Yeah, move, motherfucker. This is intentional. Get the fuck out of the way.
I know you heard me.
Yeah, dude,
I know
like,
you felt me. Get the fuck out the way.
And then you know, like it's like you see that in trains and like, excuse me. Excuse-moi, you know, like you try to,
no,
and they're like, I acknowledge you're coming this way.
Here in the States is what, you want to fight?
Yeah, don't touch me. Yeah.
No, here in the States it's, excuse me. Bitch, I said excuse me, you better move the fuck out the way.
And dude, and over there, the way they sit, the way they sit restaurants too and stuff, and I saw this everywhere. Like, as restaurants, we like our space, you know, sitting between parties. They'll sit you this fucking close to like this close, and I'm at, like people that can't see this right now. I'm sitting next to Lalo, and if I move my elbow, I will touch him.
He's gonna eat his elbow.
Yeah, and dude, party.
Wait, what am I supposed to do in that?
Yeah, again, I thought of you as like Salo,
get the fuck out the way.
Salo is just like would not fit here. There's no space for this motherfucker.
Two motherfuckers next to me gonna be eating elbow dirt.
Dude, and for real, it's kind of, it is, when you're not used to it, it's kind of awkward, but to them, it was like nothing, had like, just like, yes.
I'm gonna be like, excuse me.
Well, I mean, they're older countries, population dense, and it's like, when it got overflowed, that's when colonialism was a thing. You start spreading outward and conquering further out. The people that live there just know that. We're the like, end destination of that like continuation. Like America's, they were looking for the promised land, took it from the indigenous people, and we're like, here's where we can now say what the fuck we want to say and have as much space as we want, and that translates into the culture of America.
Well, that's why the people that came here were Protestants. They were protesting their own ways.
Yeah, exactly. That I can't deny, or I can't not think that most of the people who traveled to America were like either, like you said, people who were just, I hate that style, or people who got outcasted. Has to be, dude. Yeah. It's like, you know what? You don't want this? Get the fuck on. You're going to America. No, I mean, fuck yeah, you're going to America.
The people that came here were crazy.
Yeah, like, exactly.
To be like, we're going to cross an ocean and just
the people that came here were poor people. The rich people didn't want to live there.
That's why.
Just took a big.
Did you hear about Queen Elizabeth's ancestors coming down? Hell no, they didn't. They said fucking
the poor people.
And you know what? I tried to kind of talk to locals as much as I could. The people who speak English, and there was people who spoke Spanish. I mean, you're not that far from Spain, you know, and this and that, you know.
Especially in Germany, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people. Well, Spaniard, Castellano.
Buongiorno.
And I try to give, but again, I was in very touristy places, so they were kind of like, they were like very accommodating. Like, oh,
you go anywhere else, you're gonna end up in the movie Hostel, motherfucker.
Yeah, you know,
they gonna pay $2 for your monkey ass.
But for real, like when we went to Rome, you know, being at the Colosseum and everything, I thought it was like maybe the Colosseum and maybe another, like maybe one or two things. To my ignorance, there was a lot of shit. We stayed there for 3 days. It was one of the spots that we stayed in the longest, and I mean, we didn't really scratch the surface.
I'm sure,
so much to see.
You would have to damn near be there for a month to even see.
And
half
dude,
of this shit, I'm sure.
Unbelievable the stuff that they. I mean, we went to the Vatican, man, and like the Basilica. We went to the Basilica.
It's a whole country in itself.
Yeah.
It's a city.
So interesting.
The Vatican City.
It's
called the Vatican City.
They have. They. You go in there and there's a museum and there's a basilica and everything and stuff, and all the products.
Where's the Swiss bank?
The products.
Where's that library?
The products that they make there and they label it. They're like produced in the Vatican.
In the Vatican City, yeah.
Vatican City. Like, we went in there and you guys would love. I mean, it's not about being religious. It's really not. It's just about
history.
Just appreciate the architecture.
The appreciation of the art, because
you want to talk about the old world,
dude.
Michelangelo was one of the people involved in that.
Every single inch of the museum,
at the Vatican, it's history. Every single corner, the ceilings, you could go around just looking at the fucking ceilings and just be like, fuck.
Nothing was mass produced. Everything was done by hand and designed and thought about.
Still not worth it to me.
I would
just for the sheer like.
I would go for the for the history.
I would go to go see it. I wouldn't go to be like. I want to talk. Just let me look. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, you know
what? You're scaring me away. Get the fuck out.
It's not about the whole religious factor. Right. It's just the fact like people could. It almost gives you a hope.
Yeah,
that like people wow, if we sit there and
really followed it,
really like set ourselves on something, we can create amazing things.
Right, absolutely.
Amazing things.
Just for the fact of human history, what that religion itself has caused, good or bad,
right,
to where we are right now. Just to admire,
let's be honest.
Just to admire, like, this is where all those decisions, good or bad,
just
happen.
The artistic skill.
I have no
the
issue.
Carving, the shaping, the paintings, the everything. Dude.
It's the history. The history of
history. But and believe me, when we went to obviously Rome, and we're blown away. We want to go back, and then you go back. We went back to France, and that's when we went to the Louvre.
That's what I'm gonna ask you. Tell me about the Mona Lisa, because you know me.
It's about this big.
Yeah, I've heard. It's about the size of your TV, right? Just upside up.
Maybe just a little bit bigger.
Maybe
that banner.
That's whack.
Maybe a little more. Maybe a little smaller.
That's whack.
Yeah, so that's about like.
How far can you get? How close can you get?
It's about 16 and 20
feet from it. I mean, people are crowding around this moment.
What if you cross that?
Just fucking lazy.
And dude, the Louvre, dude.
Hold on. What if you were to cross the line?
There's security there. Dude.
Would they shoot you?
Just about.
You should have crossed.
Just drop in like Ocean.
I mean, it's like tapered off.
Mission Impossible. Hey, as he's coming down.
Along with what I told you about, excuse me and getting out of your way. What my point on that was like the matter of factness. Like I will fucking tell you if you're fucking in my way. We had there was a lady. I mean, you walk into the Sistine Chapel, right? It's its own spot, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, there's signs everywhere, and it tells you right there, this is a holy place. Please, no pictures. Like, I mean, you can go out to the fucking shop and get a puzzle and get anything you want that has all the drawings and everything and stuff, right? All the paintings.
Without you having to take the
Without having you to have to take pictures and stuff, right? There's this lady that tried to be slick and was like trying to take a fucking picture, and the fucking guy came and was put it away now. like I was like, you about to chop your head off.
Please tell me you wore your.
No, I would have been motherfucker. I'm a grown ass.
I told Ceci because I had my Slayer shirt. I was like, can I wear this to the Vatican?
Please, that'd be so good.
You did it? You did it?
I had to wear a jacket. I mean, it was fucking.
Why didn't you wear it?
Bro, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. There are dress codes, and they will kick you out.
So if you would have had the Slayer shirt on, you think they would have kicked out?
I'm not gonna go over all the way across the world to get
that not have been shit.
Bro, no, I know it would have been, but here's the thing, dude. And then after that, right? We went to Well,
you should have.
While we were there,
failed.
On the way out.
While we were there, while we were there, bro, and I got shot.
Like the people that used to be in front of camera 12.
Yeah. Dude, while we were there, right?
As soon as he says that, red dot.
We went to. I guess the Pope spoke that day while we were in the Vatican, where we're like looking at it, and the Pope comes out Wednesdays and Sundays and stuff, right? So after that, we went to the Basilica, and the courtyard itself is just epic, dude. There's columns and fucking statues on every.
How hot were you there? Because you had to have
burning up.
Because your ass must have been burning the fuck up.
I was telling
up in that bitch.
I can't handle this Roman sun, dude.
No, it ain't because of the sun, motherfucker.
I'm not one to be like, oh, I need my sunglasses. I'm not like that, but.
Hollywood, this bitch came Hollywood. Give me my sunglasses.
Like, you had to be in line to get into the Basilica, and it was like, the sun, I couldn't get used to it. I was like,
no.
Was
that wasn't the sun. That was you burning, you damn devil. Don't fucking try to play stupid with me. That ain't the damn sun. That was your ass. Dude, it was raining, I heard, when your ass was there.
It was like, it's 40 degrees out here. My it was hot as fuck, yo.
It was snowing and your ass was burning. Fuck out of here.
Hey, you know what? There was a lady, when she got into the Basilica, too. There was a lady that they told to she was wearing a skirt. They told her to cover up. I mean, it's that strict.
How short was the skirt?
My boss at work was like, when I told him I went to the Vatican, he was like, yeah, I had to go buy pants because I was wearing shorts, and they were like, go fucking better put some on.
Get your hippie ass and better go get some goddamn pants.
Country, they could tell you whatever the fuck.
Well, it is.
Yeah, but how odd is that? A short skirt not allowed. pedophilia. Let's just shuffle these guys around. Like,
you know,
doesn't fucking compute
to me. Give me a drink after that.
That's why my issue with
here I got
that city.
See, I went in there without the whole religious aspect of it. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just like appreciating the art.
Sure.
Appreciating the art, the way
history.
The way you would go into a museum or any museum and go, because I have such an art envy. Like I envy that you can draw something out of nothing. I envy that you guys can do that because I don't have that skill. Yeah. But when you see some of these things that people are like, how the out of marble?
No, I get that.
Out of marble, and you're just like, what the fuck?
When they make
again, despite the whole religious thing, that's not what we're talking about.
I took that out, and I was like, you know,
religion aside. Their politics aside, their darkness aside, absolutely. It's like marvelous that people can do that. It's just kind of a like, we just assume it's an old thing because it's been there forever. But when you take yourself out of that and you just analyze it and go, that's a weird cult. That's a weird
absolutely.
Cult.
It's the most long-lasting cult there is.
It's the most successful cult, long-lasting now.
Yes.
Like it's just the.
So
weird
I mean, but that's not why he went.
And I'm not saying I want to disagree. I want to disagree with that. Like I absolutely understand what you're saying, but just like it's kind of like seeing something with. And it was obviously an outside view. When you sit there and put all the beliefs aside, I mean, just to see like it, like I said, it gives you like this hope. Like we as a human race can build amazing.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. It's like
we're locked into like especially nowadays. You just lock into bullshit, and it's like I can't. And then
it's just the sad thing is like as humans, we can do so many wonderful things. We can progress so fast. We could be somewhere else entirely if it wasn't because there's certain people who like rather keep us behind. And it's sad that as much because the sky is the limit when it comes to the progress. Yeah. You know, we can go as far as we want. Yes, we can go as far as we want to when we all work together.
And not even because space is now beyond.
And that sounds corny and it's you could fly yourself, but dude,
but it's true. I mean,
we went to
we were talking about before, like how the Greeks and the Mayans, how far they were compared to the Europeans. Unfortunately, their civilizations ended because they conquered or whatever happened. If those societies had been able to flourish, God knows where we would have been.
Absolutely. If like we were just talking about, the Romans had a sewer system that nobody ever had, even until this day. They don't know how that shit worked, right? Imagine if they would have never destroyed all that shit. I think the Catholic Church burned down a library that they had.
Alexandria?
Yes. Apparently there was so much knowledge in that library that got burnt down because
Who's to say that Who's to say that?
I'm sure. That's why. Like I said, that's why I said earlier when he was talking about the Vatican City. I said, "Where's that library?" Because apparently there is some type of library that not even the Pope can get into.
Someone get Tom Hanks on that.
Straight out. That's a fact, dude. There's this
rubber.
But whatever. That's not neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is, there's so much shit that, like you said, you look at this stuff and you're like, and that probably wasn't even the most amazing things we've ever made. We probably could have done way greater things.
And that was just Europe. I mean,
that was, as we quote unquote said earlier, the old world. We're the new world apparently.
Oh yeah,
we still can't figure out how they made these pyramids.
It makes you really realize how young as a country we are and stuff, because especially when
the Roman Empire lasted more than 400 years and we're barely at 200.
They ruled the world for 1,000 years. It ruled the world.
Till this day, they don't know how pyramids were built. Think about that, and that's even older than that shit.
And the weird shit with the pyramids of like where it is, longitude, latitude, what constellations it points at. It's just crazy.
Like, you know how long it took us to figure that out?
Yeah, it's just crazy shit like that.
What I'm saying is, something like that, besides that scientific fact, just the physical thing of looking at these pyramids, they don't know how they were built.
Well, it's like Louis C.K. said, you just keep throwing human suffering at something, it'll happen. Forever.
I mean, yes, and I'm not gonna take away from that at all and stuff, but just like the sheer engineering.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. No, that's what I'm talking about.
There's always gonna be
the thought that somebody could be like, yeah, we're gonna build this and it's gonna fit 70,000 people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you think about like that shit. Like nowadays, you're like, yeah, we could build that now, but we got heavy machinery, we got engineers, we got divisions of just.
Do you think that's
and they
still fail?
No, and not just that. Our structures after like 40 years are falling apart.
Yeah, they're falling apart. This Coliseum has been up for hundreds.
Let me tell you, and you go through the whole Coliseum thing and stuff, and they're like, dude, this used to be like marble. Like after a while, they started taking pieces of it away, and all the holes that you see in the walls are like holes that people were trying to look for more shit to pull out and stuff, right? But like the stairs, the walls, everything. There used to be statues. All that shit was marble, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's insane how it would have looked like, and
there was at its prime.
Yeah, and I told Ceci, with today's technology, wouldn't it be cool to see like a hologram of what it would look like the missing pieces?
That'd be really cool, actually.
You know what? As a matter of fact,
superimposed on the image.
Yeah. There is a so you go as a part of that tour, you go to the Roman Forum, which is like this other part, dude. They were gonna build, and this didn't happen. They were gonna build another Coliseum that was gonna fit 350,000 people, dude. But in this whole little area, in this like little town city part, and sorry if I'm very ignorant on the fucking details and stuff, but there is this part where you walk in, and there was like this room. There was like this old ancient like room within this building that they hologrammed. What it would have looked like
if it was done.
Like it's a dark room.
That's awesome.
But dude, they have projectors, and it was like this is what it would have looked like with statues.
What was for the original Coliseum to the one they were planning to do?
It was called like the Circus or something like that.
Yeah. Well, what was how much bigger?
Oh, fucking so much bigger. It looked like 3
Because
football
imagine
fields,
the equivalent Juan back then, who was the takeoff on that one. Like, I'm gonna get paid on this motherfucker. Oh, and then Emperor Nero goes, burn all the Christians, burn it all down, and just fuck.
Hey, dude. Even today, we don't build something that big.
Yeah.
I mean, even today, to have like the boldness to go like.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but okay.
No,
so
please interrupt.
We keep comparing then to now. The ability that we have with technology now is different, but we don't build lasting things because people are kind of fighting for scraps or whatever.
Well, that also has to do with profit.
Profit, absolutely.
Yeah,
like you were saying before.
There's no profit when things last forever.
Yeah, like you were saying before, Lalo, when your efforts are kind of combined into a singular purpose, the things that people can achieve when we work together. Like imagine, so our resources back then, the equivalent class to what the working class wasn't nearly as educated as a working class person now. Now you take this population.
Yeah, we have so much more knowledge now. Yeah.
We have more knowledge at our fingertips that we don't actually take advantage of because we're looking at cat fucking videos or whatever.
Which, by the way, I gotta go home to watch some more.
Yeah. We gotta put a cat video as the header for this. But it's kind of then what is being said about the people that are the elite on top that are making those decisions, that we have the potential to create great things, but we're so fractured that we don't reach that full potential. You know what I mean? Like, we have more resources than those people did.
You would think that 2,000 years later, we'd be at this super fucking, oh my God, like this status where I was joking with my girlfriend. I was like, it's funny that, because if you were to bring somebody from that era
here
to here and see a concept, fuck is a big deal. I built shit better than this 2,000 years ago, dude.
So you guys know the word hurricane, right? Hurricane. It's actually a Maya word. They were able to predict hurricanes. And they had no devices. Yeah. They had no weather balloons out there in the coast or anything. They could predict, but with certainty, you know what? One is going to hit us up. Now, if we had no satellites, no fucking balloons out deep in the ocean, determine the temperature, we wouldn't even know when something was on our way until it came towards the shores.
Yeah. Which people was that again?
The Mayas.
The Mayans.
Yeah, they came with the word. It's a Maya word.
Okay.
Hurricane.
So, yeah. The fact that they were able to determine when one is on their way with no device. They were just so in touch with nature.
Yeah.
And it's something that we also we lost.
Well, I think we have a lot of input in this society. There's way too much that's unnecessary.
We use a lot of vital vital brain power
just to navigate.
Just some bullshit. And like you said, like the whole cat video fucking metaphor, which is true and stuff. We sit there and like, well, so and so was looking at me all fucking crazy. You know, you know, just like wasted energy on like a little stupid shit where it's like, dude, we could be fucking light years like in front of.
Well, I mean, I'm still for people because as a resource, our human potential is that much higher. It's just when do we organize to figure it out? Some cataclysmic thing has to happen where we all team up together.
Unfortunately, you're right.
I don't know. I mean, I'm still.
We only come together when it's for something counts, negative.
Have you guys seen the movie "The Day the Earth Stood Still"? The new one with Keanu Reeves.
I didn't see it.
Oh well, never mind. I was going to do a reference. That's how the movie ends. You know, when humanity is at the brinks of its own destruction, that's when humanity actually comes together and works.
Yeah.
For something.
But unfortunately, that's the way the world works, though, dude. It's like you want to get together. It's for a protest. It's for this. It's for like
something bad always has to happen.
It's for the calling of somebody to get fired. It's for it's like, but it's like, dude, we can build this if we just kind of all get together and do this. And people are like, I'm busy, like.
Well, I just want to say that we're already at the 55-minute mark, and I do want to say one point. While Juan was out there enjoying life, the best that the European country can offer to any human being in this planet.
We were all being slaves here.
We were all fucking breathing smoke.
We were breathing the hopes and dreams.
I came from cloud 9 to like, and then all of a sudden it's just like, hey, the state's on fire. It's like,
no, I don't think you understand, dude. I've never, ever seen it in my life.
Not even in Mexico. And I come from Mexico City.
Yes. That the news says the air is unhealthy to breathe. Motherfucker, that's what I breathe. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
And these
motherfuckers are like, it's unhealthy. Wait, excuse me? You mean all these trees and shit ain't helping? Dude, it was muggy for like 2 weeks, bro.
Dude. Yeah, I heard the Friday before we got back, it was the worst.
People were asking me, is the flea market open? We don't give a fuck. We're open. No, but
do you have money? Yeah, we're open. No, but like, hey, what did I say though, dude? What did I say? Hey, fucking other places would be like, oh no, it's very unhealthy for people to go there. Do you have money?
10 socks for $5. I'll be there.
You know how much? You know how bad it was? They were giving out fucking little breathing masks at the schools.
Dude, at Sherman Wilson.
My nephew and niece came home looking like fucking Silent Hill, motherfucker. Fucking breathing masks and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
The paint store, I heard Sherwin-Williams was giving away free masks.
Yeah.
Dude, Gilroy ran out of masks.
Everybody
was when I heard that, I told my girl, I was like, check. She's like, yeah, they're ready. I already checked. I was like, yeah.
All right. So that's it for tonight. We'll hope you listen to us again next time. All right. Peace out.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
And this episode will be called Eurotrip.